10 years ago, I was recommended to try a new and unique horror game called Five Nights at Freddy's. I was being told it's a creepy game, but not that it featured any jump scares, and what a jumpy night indeed it turned out to be. Sometimes, the first scare can be the one that sets the deepest imprint, especially when we are not prepared for what truly awaits. Welcome to yet another Unforgettable Memories episode, where we reveal the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about a given game. Allow the memories to resurface for a moment and share your strongest one with the rest of us in a comment to this episode. I and others will read your thoughts and impressions, as we may all perceive fear a little bit differently. Until you do, here is what got to me the most in Five Nights at Freddy's. In the first installment, we work as a night security guard at a pizzeria featuring 4 mechatronic puppets, providing guests with entertainment. These animal mascots are, however, known to become a little quirky, or should we say, beast-like, particularly at night, where they sometimes roam away from their designated stage and appear to be taking an interest in us. While they prowl around, they can be spotted staring most of the time, though should they come face to face with us, they will scream it loudly and frantically grab hold of us, and if we happen to survive this initial ordeal, an even more gruesome fate awaits. So, what made the deepest imprint on me, you ask? Was it Chica, Bonnie, Foxy, Freddy Fazbear himself? I'll tell you now. Every time I think of Five Nights at Freddy's, I think of the rabbit. That's right. Bonnie, the indigo-colored rabbit mascot, made the biggest impact on me, though I could be even more specific. Its eyes is what really dug into my soul and left a mark. During the day, this rabbit was seen operating its bass guitar while carrying a relaxed look and posture, and while its gazes during the night would send chills, those felt like pale shadows compared to the unexpected face-to-face I had later. Of course, being new to the concept of jump scares helped etch this moment into my mind, and this was also the first jump scare that the game threw at me. But there was simply something about the rabbit that made time stand still for a brief moment, and I think a big part of that was its eyes. They were now fully open, it almost looking like a different puppet altogether, and those eyes, their blood red color felt more vivid than the scream itself. During my very early childhood, I was absolutely terrified of wooden troll figurines and large sculptures that were sometimes present in local cafeterias, to the point that I would feel like I was in the most intense nightmare, and I would cry profoundly for the duration of the stay, fearing that the creatures would come for me. Thus, my surprise was immense when I found out that Five Nights at Freddy's was loosely inspired on Chuck E. Cheese, a pizzeria chain in the real world, which until recently used to feature live animatronics in a similar entertaining fashion. While I would absolutely have loved to see something like this with my own eyes in this day and age, it would have been the death of me as a child, and I do see why games and creepypasta alike have emerged from such concepts, such mascots having a family-friendly intent, yet ending up looking just a little bit uncanny to some of us. Turning drawings into full-size puppets sometimes has that effect, but I digress. A couple of years ago, I played through one of the latest installments in this game series, called Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, and I did not see our indigo bassist anywhere.
Is Vanity the new Bunny? A wannabe Bunny. No one can truly replace Bunny. Ah, you Bunny with the red eyes, I still remember you. You will never leave my memory when you jump scare me to death.
I do wonder what happened to it, But on the bright side, my FNAF 1 rabbit trauma shall hereby heal in peace. I shall explore the vastness of the Mega Pizzaplex unscathed. It is going to be... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, I see how it is. I see what is going...
Rock and roll!
So there you go. This is what always stands out in my mind when I think of Five Nights at Freddy's. I will be looking forward to reading your own stories and impressions, and until then, I wish you a... What? You got to be kidding me. No, you can't do this to me. No! While I used to play games exclusively from the horror genre on this channel, I have since tested the waters with certain adventure games and learned just how wonderful and equally immersive and atmospheric they can be. One of the games recommended to me was Hollow Knight, a game which proved to be, well, challenging for someone like me, but very much worth the challenge for the environment and lore on its own. As it turns out, Hollow Knight has quite a few horror elements which kept luring me deeper beneath the surface, and there are definitely a couple of candidates to be had here. The lore itself is so vague and hidden, yet already, just by scratching at its surface, you can sense the uncanny aura deep within. Then there is the elephant in the room, the sealed structure near the surface, from which the most eerie ambience is being emitted in the late stages of the game. But this episode's fate has already been sealed, hasn't it? You know me too well. In the long abandoned and given up region of Deepness is where you will hear a lot of skitters in the freezing darkness, and before long, one of these little buggers come out of nowhere. It twists and shakes in an unnatural fashion, and it skitters so quickly around. What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, it follows me! It's like a mutated version of something else.
At first it is hard to imagine what is going on, but the Hunter's Journal sheds some light on the mystery.
There was a journal entry.
In there, the phenomenon is referred to as corpse creeper.
Cross along the road.
Oh, go! I was reading. Jesus Christ, that's so creepy. What the fuck?
Parasitic beasts that control their hosts' bodies after death. These words alone are enough to instill fear in many. It sounds outright gruesome. Furthermore, these things do come off somewhat as spiders, which many people have an aversion for. Growing up, I used to be deathly afraid of spiders. Every night, I would scan the wall next to my bed to ensure that no bugs were present, but I also recall having one crawl up between the bed and the wall at one point, and that had me on edge whenever it was time to go to sleep. I do not have an intense fear of them anymore.
Oh my god! This is how it's running. That's so spooky.
I mean, I feel an internal shock when out of the blue I notice one in the room with me. But after the initial reaction, I calmed down much more than I was ever able to back then. As they say, spiders are more afraid of us than we are of them, even if they do not always act like it. A bonus mention goes to Nusk, a mysterious shape-shifting creature, also from Deepness, which lures its prey to its lair, and I must say that falling victim to its shenanigans was both confusing and airy. But since this episode was predestined for the Corpse Creeper, perhaps we can speculate that Nusk is some sort of larger and more dangerous version of a Corpse Creeper. It does come off as quite spider-like anyway, doesn't it? Still, The more regular corpse creepers are the ones which sticks the most to the mind. How they are all over the place and skitter around seemingly without a pattern. Small spiders can be some of the scariest. I mean, their sudden speeds alone upon being startled can be really anxiety-inducing in itself. Areas and atmosphere can be just as scary as creatures. So another bonus mention goes to the Abyss, the lowermost section of Hallow Nest, a massive chamber of bones and husks, a place which feels illegal, and it's as if the creatures have been betrayed. Every single time I descended to its entrance, I stopped up to read the mysterious engraved message. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Our pure vessel has ascended. Beyond lies only the refuse and regret of its creation. And the text would fill me with curiosity and horror every time. So there you have it. Now you know what got to me the most in Five Nights at Freddy's and, well, a tiny peek into my Hollow Knight adventure as well while we were at it. I hope you enjoyed this Unforgettable Memories episode, and I wish you a pleasant night.